And we are live. Welcome back to Takes by Fans. We got a great show for you today. As always, we are live every single day at noon Eastern. If you want to watch live, head over to takesbyfans.com/watch. If you want to watch but not live, you can head over to our YouTube channel, Takes by Fans. We post all of our shows and clips of the show there on a daily basis. And if you just want to listen, we are on podcasting apps, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Facebook Podcast. So however you want to watch or listen, we've got you covered multiple ways. All right, today's a big old Friday coming off that Thursday night game, folks, and I'm so glad Tua was able to kind of show everybody on national television, hey, I'm the real deal. That Dolphins offense was so sluggish and couldn't move the ball because of Jacoby Brisket out on the field, folks. And then Tua comes in and we're scoring points, we're moving the ball, we're going deep, everything's clicking, and that's what Tua brings to the Dolphins. And once again, he was able to show and highlight and spotlight everything that he's capable of on prime time television. So I hope y'all watch Tua, because we know we've been saying this till we're blue in the face that this man is the real deal, and he played hero ball for the Dolphins last night. So we'll break down that game a little bit more in depth, and we'll watch a little bit of Tua. We got to do our NBA Daily 10. We have to make our official picks, predicted the lines yesterday on the show, and now we are coming at you with 6 picks this week. No betting extravaganza again this week. We tried it last week. 10 picks. We were feeling the value. Didn't work out in our favor like we were planning on. So we're going back to our original blueprint of 6 picks this week. And then finally, we were able to get up the all 22 for Matthew Stafford, and we're going to do a little bit of a bonus pick tied in with Matthew Stafford's film study last week from the Titans, because once again, we're starting to get a little bit, what do we want to call it? We're starting to get a little concerned. There is a little concern from our end on Matthew Stafford. We see him missing a lot of reads that is wide open. We see him overthrowing, not being 100% accurate in some games. And for the most part, they've been winning games, so it's getting swept under the rug. But, once again, they just lost to the Titans. They were getting no credit. Or the Rams really weren't expected to lose that game in the national media. We know they're disrespecting the Titans, so we're not really sure if the national media is so high on the Rams, which they are, or if they're just so low on the Titans, which they are. I think the Matthew Stafford concerns, they're not being brought in the national media, and I really think they should. So we're going to watch, finally, the film study that we had planned for Wednesday. Couldn't do it yesterday. We figured out what the problem was. We'll discuss it all when we get there. Let's just start the show, folks. Let's get into this. We got to start talking some sports. Here we go. Let's do our NBA Daily 10 first. Let's get 10 minutes on the clock here. That's the calculator app. That's not going to help us. Here we go. 10 minutes on the clock. Next 10 minutes, uninterrupted basketball talk of what happened last night. So let's start the clock right now. Alrighty, in the NBA, only 3 games on last night. Nice, easy, digestible night of NBA action. So let's start here with the Raptors at the 76ers, and the Raptors get the win, folks. 115-109 on the road over the Philadelphia 76ers, and fantastic. Once again, this Raptors team is legit, and they go out and beat the 76ers last night. Absolutely fantastic. Fred VanVleet, 32 points, 7 assists, 6 rebounds, huge clutch scoring in the fourth quarter as well. He was a plus 14 on the floor. Fred VanVleet is truly coming into his own again this season. We've seen some glimpses of Fred VanVleet being very, very good. I think overall he was a little bit lackluster. I think that was like the overall tone of the Raptors last season, just a little bit overall lackluster than what they've been putting up the previous kind of 1 or 2 years before. But Fred VanVleet's been so freaking solid. He could be the scorer, the facilitator, whatever they need for him to do on a nightly basis. He's able to flip and change his game for what this Raptors team needs. So Fred VanVleet, well done. 22 shots, shot 50%, 32 points, 6 of 11 from 3, clutch as heck. Gary Trent Jr., 20 points, 4 assists, 5 rebounds. Once again, he took a couple of games to get acclimated here this season, and this team is starting to really take off. Precious at the 5, 4 points, 9 rebounds. He didn't shoot well, 1 of 10 from down low. And they didn't have Joel Embiid, so it was all Andre Drummond, so little concerning there for Precious having not the best night, but he was still a +9 on the floor, so give him some good defense there. Scotty Barnes still, once again, I mean, what a rookie out here. Let me double check, right? Rookie or not, second-year player? Yeah, rookie. Scotty Barnes, folks. Scotty Barnes playing the 4 here for the Raptors. 13 points, 4 assists, 9 rebounds, and he shot 46% on 13 attempts. +11 on the floor. Scotty Barnes is a huge reason why this Raptors team is working as well. And then OG Anunoby playing the 3, 20 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds. Remember, we said that Pascal Siakam was out. He did not play. And this Raptors team still gets the win. Big credit to this Raptors team. And then Chris Boucher off the bench, 17 points and 6 rebounds on 58% shooting. So, once again, this Raptors team, they are all kind of tier 2 players, all working together and all getting really great performances, really on a nightly basis out here. What's this Raptors record now? 7-6. Fantastic. Nick Nurse truly coaching up this new set of kind of tier 2 players. We saw him coach up tier 2 players his entire career, coaching the Raptors. They've won a ring with Kawhi, and now obviously they haven't had Kawhi in a little bit, but this Raptors team is still getting it done, and I'm kind of excited to watch this Raptors team as they progress through the season and as Pascal Siakam can kind of be a little bit more consistent in the offense or just in the lineup in general. Injured, this is just injury management. That's why he's not playing back-to-back nights. But overall, Raptors, man, this is a team to truly watch out for and a team that we could get some great value in betting-wise if they're getting disrespected by Vegas on the line. So, well done with the Raptors with the win last night. Now let's go to the 76ers, unfortunately losing. Tobias Harris back in the starting lineup, 19 points, 7 assists, 7 rebounds. He shot 1 of 6 from 3, but it's his first game back, so we're not going to judge him too harshly, although he was the second leading scorer for the squad, so we still give him a little bit of credit. Andre Drummond at the 5 without Joel Embiid, 4 points, 12 rebounds, a -2 on the floor. Seth Curry, a little bit of a lackluster scoring night of what we've seen from him this season, 15 points, 4 assists, 6 rebounds. All that is real good. He was only a -1 on the floor. Once again, solid out here, 2 of 5 from the 3, 33% on 12 shots from the field. Tyrese Maxey, folks. Man, oh man, these kind of young players, these young guns, these rookies, these second-year players, they're going absolutely wild in this league. I don't think I've seen this many young NBA players, rookies, year 2, year 3 players that have all just been kind of going wild so far. Tyrese Maxey, we get Scotty Barnes here for the Raptors. There's others. I know there's others, folks. We'll get to those, but I can't think of them off the top of my head. But these kind of younger players, we got to give them a lot of credit. Seth Curry, 15 points, like we said. We're at Tyrese Maxey. Here we go. Tyrese Maxey, 33 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds. Oh my God, what a stellar job! And once again, whatever they need him to do, he can fill in. They don't have Joel Embiid, and that's kind of the main source of the 76ers scoring. Joel Embiid, he can stretch the floor, hitting the threes. Is the big beef down low, all that, like we know. So Tyrese Maxey's like, all right, we don't have really our number 1 scorer. Tobias Harris, he's coming back, so we can't really rely on him to really kind of be the main scorer either. Seth Curry, a little bit of a lackluster night scoring the ball wise, so Tyrese Maxey takes it upon himself to put up 33 points, led the team in scoring. Very well done. Furkan Korkmaz off the bench, 9 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds. Georges Niang, 7 points, 4 assists. And Shake Milton, 12 points, 2 rebounds. So overall, the 76ers team just comes up a little bit short in the fourth quarter, and they lose 115-109, but we're still big time on this 76ers team. Alrighty, next game up here is the Pacers at the Jazz, and the Pacers actually get a win. Holy moly, and they kind of won convincingly, 111-110 over the Jazz, and we know this Jazz team is absolutely fantastic. So who got it done? It wasn't Sabonis, folks. How crazy is that? The Pacers win, and Sabonis has a pretty lackluster game for the most part. 6 points on 20% shooting on 10 shots. He had 5 assists and 7 rebounds. That's good. A +10 on the floor, so the defense was still there like we know it is, but he wasn't putting up the points. points like that. Who put up the points? Malcolm Brogdon, 30 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. We had TJ McConnell coming off the bench with 21 points, 5 assists, and 8 rebounds. Keelan Martin, 14 points off the bench as well. Back to the starting lineup. Miles Turner, 13 points, 9 rebounds. Chris Duarte, 11 points and 5 rebounds. And that's enough for them to get the win. So Sabonis not putting up points and they win, folks. Should this be the new strategy out here for this Pacers team? Get the ball out of Sabonis' hands. Don't let this man shoot. Just let him kind of get the rebounds, be a 4, have the good defense, all of that. Spread the ball around. Is Malcolm Brogdon good to put up 30 points on a nightly basis? I don't know about that, but overall, this Pacers team got a real good win. We'll give them credit for it. Then we go to the Jazz. Mike Conley, only 6 points, but he had 8 assists. Fantastic. Donovan Mitchell, 26 points, 4 assists, 3 steals, 5 rebounds. Rudy Gobert down low, 19 points, 11 rebounds. Bojan Bogdanovic, 8 points, 2 rebounds, 1 of 2 from the 3. A little lackluster on what he can do, scoring the ball wise. And then Royce O'Neal at the 4 points, 1 assist, and 1 rebound. Off the bench, we get Jordan Clarkson, only 11 points. Once again, 14 shots, second most shots on the squad, even though he's coming off the bench and only playing 24 minutes. Classic Jordan Clarkson game. Only 11 points. Hassan Whiteside, 8 points, 7 rebounds, and Joe Ingles, 7 points. So a little lackluster bench scoring. They didn't have that big 30-point scorer. Donovan Mitchell was the closest to it, but unfortunately, it was just not enough to beat this Pacers team. And the Pacers win 111-100. And then the last game on last night, the Heat and the Clippers. And once again, this Heat team loses. Unfortunately, still no Jimmy Butler, and we definitely know that's the lifeblood of this Heat team. But another great win for this Clippers team, winning 112-109, squeaking out another close win here. Another close loss for this Heat, heartbreaking for them. Let's start here with the Clippers since they got the win. Paul George, 27 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds. He's continuing to do it, folks. Reggie Jackson continuing to do it as well. 22 points, 2 assists, 3 rebounds. Eric Bledsoe, 21 points. And if he's consistent, if he can start giving us consistent 15 to 20-point game nights, this Clippers team will definitely be top of the Western Conference, absolutely. Zubac, 18 points, 11 rebounds. What a great night by him. And then Nicholas Batum, 6 points, 6 rebounds. Off the bench, we get Luke Kennard with 12 points, but man, oh man, Paul George leading, this team single-handedly. It got infectious. We start to see Reggie Jackson pick it up over the last kind of week, and now we're starting to get is this back-to-back good games by Eric Bledsoe? So maybe Paul George, that's all they need. Paul George can kind of play up these tier 2 players for this Clippers team and can win without Kawhi Leonard. But so far, what this Clippers team has been doing, it deserves so much credit and recognition, and Paul George deserves the bulk of it. And then for the Heat, so unfortunately no Jimmy Butler, so this is their new lineup. Kyle Lowry at the 1, Tyler Hero in the starting lineup at the 2. They moved Duncan Robinson to the 3, PJ Tucker still at the 4, and Bam Adebayo still at the 5. So Kyle Lowry, 25 points, 5 assists, great night by him. Tyler Hero, 23 points, 7 rebounds, and the man didn't even hit a 3 all night and still was able to put up 23 points, 0 of 6 from the 3, unfortunately. Bam Adebayo, 30 points, 11 rebounds, and that's so great. Once again, without Jimmy Butler, he's your kind of primary ball scorer. So Bam Adebayo takes it upon himself to score the ball, 30 points, put up the most points there, and that's great because once again, we need Bam Adebayo. This Heat team wants Bam Adebayo to be aggressive. That's our 10 minutes, but let's keep finishing up here. So Bam Adebayo taking it upon himself to be aggressive down low in this game. Fantastic. Led the team in scoring. PJ Tucker, 6 points, 10 rebounds, doing what he does. And then Duncan Robinson, once again, we don't like this dude, folks. This man does not get it done. He's really kind of the lowest point on this Heat team, folks. He makes no impact. He doesn't step it up. 6 points, 9 rebounds on 2 of 11 from 3 and 15% on 13 shots. I mean, can you step it up for once? Even with Jimmy Butler, we don't get this great production. But now no Jimmy Butler. We need everybody to step it up. And Duncan Robinson flounders big time scoring the ball. I will give him credit for being the plus 11 on the floor. That's fantastic. He only played 26 minutes. Tyler Hero played 38. Kyle Lowry played 37. Bam Adebayo played 39. So that's why they were a little bit minus. They're playing more minutes than Duncan Robinson. But we just need him to kind of get it done scoring-wise, be the consistent. He's got good defense. That's why he's in the starting lineup. But other than that, we need scoring, especially when you're not having your number one player out there. So Heat come up a little bit short, but once again, don't be selling the Heat. They're losing without Jimmy Butler. That's, they can win without Jimmy Butler, but Jimmy Butler truly ties this entire team together. But big shout out to Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero for having really great games, even when they really had to step it up. So that was great by them. All right, that was the NBA from last night. We got anything good on tap tonight? Any great lines that we could potentially take advantage of? Let's see what we got going on. We get Knicks, Hornets, Knicks minus 1.5, Hornets plus 1.5. Bucks, Celtics, Bucks minus 1.5, Celtics plus 1.5. Let me see who's all in and out for this Bucks Celtics game. I'm pretty sure Jaylen Brown should still be out tonight, but let's see if Brook Lopez is back playing. Maybe, no, Brook Lopez is still out. Chris Middleton is out. Dante DiVincenzo is out. And Giannis is a game-time decision. So not good value that we thought we could potentially get. And the Celtics still not having Jaylen Brown. So we'll stay away from that one. What else do we get? Pistons, Cavs. Pistons plus 4.5, Cavs minus 4.5. Blazers, Rockets. Blazers minus 6.5. Kings, Thunder, Suns, Grizzlies, Nets, Pelicans, Mavericks, Spurs, Hawks, Nuggets. Hawks plus 4, Nuggets minus 4. Bulls, Warriors, Bulls plus 5.5, Warriors minus 5.5. And then Timberwolves, Lakers, Timberwolves plus 2, Lakers minus 2. Is this Bulls, Warriors game on TV? It really should be, folks. I hope this is, hopefully we get good, 7:30 game, ESPN, Bucks, Celtics. That should be okay. In the late game, we do. Oh, yeah. Clear your schedules, folks. This is the game to watch. Bulls at Warriors, 10 o'clock on ESPN. Ooh. I'm going to take the Warriors. Since this is nationally televised, we will take this game. We love what the Bulls have been doing here, but on the road against the Warriors, I don't know if they're ready to start competing with that kind of caliber of team just quite yet. We're going to take the Warriors minus 5.5 here at home. I thought it was good value. I just really want to watch this game. This is going to be a great game to watch. We'll see if the Bulls can be competitive. I don't want to take the Warriors minus 5.5 and kind of subconsciously root against the Bulls. I really just want to watch and enjoy this game. So we will stick away from officially picking this game. And I really don't see any great value here. Once again, I still need a couple more games, I think, to really see what the NBA is kind of going for this season. Not really any great value. So we'll have a betless night. Trust your gut if you're feeling anything good. I just am not seeing any great value tonight. No great value tonight. Just watch that Bulls-Warriors game. That's going to be fantastic. Can't wait. Alrighty, so that is all the NBA that we needed to go over for today. All right, let's shift gears to the NFL. We're not going to get to the Ravens-Dolphins games just quite yet. There are, this week has been kind of crazy in the NFL. The last kind of 2-3 weeks have just been kind of crazy in the NFL with everybody kind of switching teams a little bit. Some people murdering people accidentally. Some people flashing a gun. It's just been a wild teams losing that they shouldn't. The Bills losing all that. The Ravens losing last night. The Ravens really shouldn't have lost that game on paper, but the Dolphins stepped up. So the last 2-3 weeks in the NFL have been absolutely crazy, and now we get new players going to new teams and signing old players to the team as well. So let's talk about some stories here in the NFL, and then we will get to the Thursday night game from last night. So here we go. The first one up here is OBJ signing with the Rams. Smart? I don't know. It's, the reason that OBJ wanted out of the Browns was because he wasn't getting targeted, wasn't, getting the ball from Baker Mayfield. That's kind of what I think just the consensus is. I don't know if that's truly what it was. I don't think OBJ has really kind of came out and said anything himself, but he had his dad released a video of OBJ being open, which wasn't open 100%. Some of the plays, I think, it was a little questionable, questionable whether you should have put that play in the video or not. And then you have LeBron James kind of publicly criticize the organization and all that. So, OBJ hasn't told us anything, but we can kind of safely say, he wasn't getting targeted. So he goes to the Rams that just released the wide receiver Deshaun Jackson, mutually wanted to part ways. Deshaun Jackson wasn't getting targeted enough, and the Rams said, we don't really need you, so they got rid of him. And then they bring in another wide receiver, OBJ, who will be demanding the ball. Deshaun Jackson wanted to demand the ball a little bit more, and you threw him away. But you bring in OBJ, who will literally go toxic on your team. He will get his dad involved. He will get LeBron involved to kind of disrupt the team a little bit. So I think it's a little bit of a head-scratching move between both of these teams from OBJ's perspective, because once again, you're going to be competing with Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods a little bit, and we're going to break down some numbers in a second. And then for the Rams' perspective, it's like, yeah, OBJ, it's a luxury piece, but for the culture of the Rams, it's all really buttoned up. There's really no kind of outspoken people. I'm trying to avoid using the term diva, because I like the word diva just for purely what it means, but the overall kind of context surrounding the word, I know people don't like it, and I don't really like using that word either. But, just the outside noise that this man can bring in. We're talking about Super Bowl aspirations for this Rams team. They're right on the door. They're really one of the best teams in the league offensively. And now you could potentially bring a distraction in if OBJ doesn't get his way. So even OBJ was like, I forgot what it was, but when they were kind of, what was it? When they were deciding whether they were going to sign him off the waivers or kind of wait to restructure his contract, he kind of was like, oh man, he kind of he wasn't setting a good tone overall. So once again, he was threatening teams that signed him, or so. It was something bizarre. But overall, this man could potentially be a headache for this team. So I don't love the signing of OBJ. I don't think it makes the most sense. But he's a great talent when he works. Obviously, he's proven that. But if it doesn't go right, and it didn't go right last week with the Titans, that could potentially set off OBJ. So I don't love the signing. I think it's questionable. We get this right here. Odell's final two teams came down to the Rams and the Packers. Not once did OBJ feel like Green Bay was all in. On the flip side, he spoke with Sean McVay, who was able to creatively detail the multitude of ways he'd maximize OBJ's talent. And once again, this is kind of speaking volumes to Sean McVay as a great coach. Remember in the offseason, as soon as he got Matthew Stafford, he was building Matthew Stafford up. You couldn't go a week without hearing a story of Sean McVay saying, oh my God, I can't wait to work with Matthew Stafford. He's so gosh dang good. And this is a Super Bowl caliber team now with Matthew Stafford at the helm, and he's so good. And they're ready, brought him out, did a press conference in the stadium with Matthew Stafford the first time he got there. So this is what Sean McVay can do, folks. He's a great coach, obviously schematically, offensively, all that, but he also can he's a great motivator and energizer, and he truly believes in his players, and he will talk up his players. He will always endorse his players. He will always take the bullet for his players in the national media, and that's the reason why OBJ selected the Rams, because Sean McVay, he can sell the team, he can sell you, he can sell himself. He's such a great energy and a great leader and an overall great coach. So once again, Sean McVay, coaching genius. I know he's still kind of relatively young in the league as a head coach, but this man is truly top 5 caliber head coaches in the league, and he did his best buying, selling impression, whatever you want to call it, however you want to phrase it, to get OBJ to LA with the Rams. So that's what we got, folks. OBJ officially signing with the Rams. And then when we're just looking at kind of the overall targets of balls thrown, we know Matthew Stafford loves Cooper Kupp. We obviously see that every single week, and it's reflected in the stats as well. These are all the targets to Cooper Kupp over the first 9 weeks, folks. 10 targets, 11 targets, 12, 13, 10, 12, 13, 9, 13. That's real high for wide receivers, and A1 tier 1 wide receivers definitely should be commanding these type of targets on a weekly, gamely basis. Now, when we look at Robert Woods, kind of the number 2 wide receiver right here, we get still some solid target numbers, but overall, it's a big drop-off from what Cooper Kupp is getting. Here we go. These are Robert Woods targets for the first 9 games. We have 4, 9, 6, 6, 14. That was a great game. 14 targets, 12 receptions, 150 yards. Exactly what Robert Woods can do. So once again, Matthew Stafford, you should be getting him the ball more. Oh my God, he just had a great game. Let me get this man the ball more. But what happens the next week after 14 targets? 5 targets, 6 targets. I don't know if that's going to fly with OBJ. Then we get 9 targets, 10 targets. So not only is OBJ competing with Cooper Kupp for targets, he's also competing for Robert Woods with targets. And what was OBJ getting targeted-wise in Cleveland? Well, he missed the first 3 games, but then for weeks 3 through 8 here, we get 9 targets, 7 targets, 3 targets, 8, 6, and 1 target. I mean, isn't that a little bit more on par with Robert Woods, the number 2 wide receiver on this team? So, once again, I just don't think it makes the most sense, but this is where OBJ wanted to go. He chose this team. It's not like they cleared him, they got him off of waivers. He was a free agent. He could have went wherever he wanted, and he goes with the Rams. So we'll see how it all shakes out. Ring chasing, I got no problem with it. Bringing in Von Miller and OBJ and all that. So we'll see how it all comes together, and we'll see how these kind of big personalities can go. And once again, we are going to watch Matthew Stafford a little bit later in the show, and this could potentially be another thing that kind of drives a wedge into this kind of Rams team. If Matthew Stafford is struggling, just throwing the ball wise and getting OBJ the targets, does OBJ go a little bit of diva mode on this team and blow it all up? I think it's potential. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibilities or thinking here to say that and talk about it. So we'll see what happens. It should be great. I'm hoping it's great. I mean, I really want to see this Rams team be great. Matthew Stafford get a ring, Sean McVay get a ring, OBJ get a ring. I mean, I'd be cool with that. Jalen Ramsey gets a ring, Aaron Donald gets a ring. I mean, yeah, I don't want to look back 10, 15, 20 years from now and be like, damn, Sean McVay never got a ring as a head coach. Damn, he's always so close. Or OBJ never got a ring. Or Jalen Ramsey, man, oh man, one of the best corners in the game, never got a ring. I don't want to look back on players, great players that deserve a ring, don't get a ring. Like Larry Fitzgerald deserved a ring, never got a ring. It happens, folks. So we'll see what happens here, and we'll see how long it goes good. We'll see if it ever goes bad. And Matthew Stafford, he's got a lot on his hands now. He doesn't like getting anybody else the ball besides Cooper Kupp, but he needs to. He must get OBJ the ball. I mean, this is a must. I mean, that's why he left Cleveland. He didn't get the ball. You got to get him the ball. We'll see if they get him the ball. All right, but that wasn't the only big news in the last couple of days here. We get Cam Newton back in the league. What? Do we like this? No, we don't like Cam Newton anymore. We didn't like him on the Patriots. We didn't like him last season. We gave him all the benefit of the doubts and all the second, third, fourth chances here to buy into Cam Newton, but he's just not the guy anymore, folks. This is good. Optically, you're bringing, back your franchise guy. Sam Darnold goes down, bringing back somebody that got you to the Super Bowl. It's good optically. I don't know how Panthers fans are feeling about this. I wouldn't want Cam Newton on my football team. If I have a choice between Cam Newton and Sam Darnold, y'all know how much we don't really like Sam Darnold, but I think I take Sam Darnold over Cam Newton. He's younger. He's got a little bit of a higher ceiling. Cam Newton can't really throw the ball too well. Sam Darnold's arm is bigger than Cam Newton's arm. Cam Newton is just not the most accurate quarterback. Sam Darnold isn't the most accurate quarterback either, but he's also a little more accurate than Cam Newton is. And overall, we've been watching this Panthers team a couple of times in our Wednesday film studies shows, and we know that it's not just Sam Darnold being bad that's bringing this team down. It's the scheming. It's the wide receivers dropping the passes and all that. So it's more than just a quarterback problem here in Carolina. So, of course, Cam Newton is not going to be able to solve that problem. Now, what is interesting, you could run a lot of kind of read options and screens because you do have Christian McCaffrey. We know Cam Newton is a dual threat quarterback, a better runner than he is a passer. So it'll be interesting to see what Joe Brady, the offensive coordinator here for the Panthers, does in this situation. I would say you have to mix up the offense now that Cam Newton's here, or if they still stick with the offense that has been implemented for the first 9 weeks here in Carolina. I don't think it's a good signing. I wouldn't get too excited about this. I know everybody's going crazy on Twitter. It's Cam Newton. He's a big name. I understand it. But, I mean, we've been selling Cam Newton for the last couple months. I mean, really, we gave him all the chances to see if he should be the starter over Mac Jones for the Patriots, and he never showed us anything, and that's, we decided to kind of go with Mac Jones personally here on the show because he gets you more upside. He's got more upside. He's a rookie, Cam Newton. We know what he can do, and he was still struggling with that kind of Patriots offense passing the ball wise because, once again, he's just not accurate with the football. So I don't think this is the best thing, and now Matt Rule comes into question again. Teddy Bridgewater did serviceable after only 1 year, first year head coach, first year quarterback with this team, and you got decent production, but then you throw him to the curb to bring in Sam Darnold, who's unproven, and he didn't get it done. Now he's injured, and now he's with another quarterback, Cam Newton. So now Matt Rule, we're really kind of falling off of him as a good head coach as well. So it's going to be real interesting to see what this Panthers team does for the rest of the season, but Matt Rule is in big jeopardy. Overall, I don't think there's any buyability in him, and I don't think there's any buyability in Cam Newton, but we'll see what they can do together, and we'll see if we change our kind of opinion or our thinking about Matt Rule and Cam Newton as the season progresses, and we'll see how they all look, but I'm not buying Cam Newton. And then we have this quote here by Matt Rule. Matt Rule, I'm bringing Cam Newton back to Carolina, said, quote, he told me he's healthy and feels great. He's as healthy as he's been. A healthy Cam Newton is a special player. I don't disagree with a healthy Cam Newton is a special player, but he also can't throw the ball that well. So, and you need to be able to throw the ball in this league, folks. Just look at Lamar Jackson. He hasn't gotten to a Super Bowl. He hasn't won the big game. He hasn't even gotten to an AFC championship game. And Lamar Jackson is way, way better than Cam Newton. Way better running, way better passing. Not as physical because Cam Newton's beefier than him. But overall, I mean, Lamar Jackson's a way better quarterback than Cam Newton. I don't think that's out of line to say. I think everybody should agree with that. I don't think there's anybody that disagrees with that. I don't think I'm saying anything wild, folks. So, you need to do more than just running, and this Panthers team is all running. So we'll see how these receivers adjust to Cam Newton. If they start catching the balls, we'll see if Cam Newton does something good. He didn't do anything good with the Patriots. I don't know if he can do anything good with this Panthers team, but we'll see what the offense is like with Cam Newton back at the helm in Carolina. I think it's good for Cam Newton to get back in the league. I'm not opposed to giving this man a third, fourth chance in the league. So we'll see how he goes. We'll see how he plays. But I'm not buying into him the first week that he goes out there. We'll probably bet against him. I mean, that's our feeling. But Cam Newton back in Carolina, folks. Cam Newton's back. Happy? I don't know. I don't know if y'all should be. All right, 2 more stories to go over here. Here we go. And this is why. Why are we even thinking? Let's just say, here we go. Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes not interested in changing his style despite struggles, says, quote, I'm going to take shots. Of course, that's what makes Patrick Mahomes so great, because he has that magic ability, because he can contort his body and throw on the run and twist and throw back into the middle of the field like you're not supposed to, because he's so great and he's so talented athletically. That's Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes' game, folks. So anybody saying that Patrick Mahomes needs to change his style, that's nonsense. The only reason the Chiefs have been losing is because of the turnovers. That's it. And once again, it's the Patrick Mahomes magic evening out a little bit. But to say that Patrick Mahomes needs to kind of change his style at quarterback and be not as kind of flashy or spectacular, that's nonsense. That's what he's great at. He's great at doing that. The flashy passes, the no-look passes. He's proven you can win while doing that. It's just unfortunate that, that type of play, it does have a little bit of a downside. But overall, the upside way outweighs the downside where you turn the ball over maybe 1 or 2 times a game, because even in those games, it's still a 1-possession losses. It's still the Chiefs with the ball in their hands at the final possession where Patrick Mahomes can once again display that magic to win the game. So it's not anything wrong with Patrick Mahomes. It's just the style. Like Lamar Jackson is like a true dual threat quarterback. I mean, he will equally run and pass the ball on a same level. And you live and die by that. You win more than what you die by, and this gives you a great chance to win on a weekly basis. So anybody saying that Patrick Mahomes should be changing his style, I think that's absolutely nonsensical to say. This Chiefs team is fine, folks, absolutely fine. It's just unfortunate some of these turnovers are resulting into losses, and that's what turnovers usually do in the league. The Chiefs have been coming back and kind of overcoming all those turnovers the last 2-3 years and getting to the Super Bowl in the big games, deep in the playoffs and all that. So Patrick Mahomes is fine, folks. Let him do him. If you start changing Patrick Mahomes, this Chiefs team is going to be trash. Let Patrick Mahomes do his thing. Got to clean up the turnovers a little bit, but overall, you get the big plays, and usually you get more big plays than you do the turnovers with Patrick Mahomes' playing style. So he's going to take the shots, absolutely take those shots, absolutely be a little reckless because we trust Patrick Mahomes to do so. So everybody relax on the Chiefs. They're fine. They're fine. Alrighty, and then the last story to kind of talk about today, Bills offensive coordinator Brian Daboll shoulders blame for offensive issues, saying, quote, "It starts with me." And yeah, we're seeing what they're doing schematically, and we really just don't like it. They're throwing the ball way too much. We like Josh Allen. He's got a big arm. You can, drop him back, and you can kind of rely on him for you to win the game passing wise. But I mean, we really shouldn't be seeing 47 plus 50 plus passes on a gamely basis here with Josh Allen. We just looked at the numbers. He had about 507 or about 500 in about 500. Let me just look it up again so I get the numbers right. I think it's 570 passing attempts last season, which we knew was a lot for Josh Allen, but he made the most of it, 69% completion percentage. But then this year, we're at the halfway part. He already has 319 passing attempts. So if you double that, we're over 600, and that's way more than he had last season. 572 passing attempts last season, and if he's going on this same pace, we can expect 638 passing. That's about 60 more passing attempts here from last season, where we saw it be very, very high at 572. So we just don't like what this overall offense has been doing. We kind of pose the thought of, hey, run more of a little bit of a read option screen game and let Josh Allen run the ball a little bit more here. So I want to go in this article quickly here and seeing what Brian Daboll says truly about why this offense is struggling, and if he has any plans on or suggestions on what can truly get this Bills offense back on track a little bit here. So let's read what Brian Daboll is saying here and seeing if he agrees with us of using Josh Allen a little bit more in the kind of read option running game. So here we go. Josh Allen already took blame for the bad 9-6 loss in Jacksonville. Now offensive coordinator Brian Daboll is also bearing some of the brunt of the offense's inability to move the ball consistently. Quote, "The guys that are out there, we have a lot of confidence in. Absolutely, you've got the guys here. The talent is not the problem here in Buffalo. Stephon Diggs, Cole Beasley, Josh Allen, that is all you really needed. Dawson Knox, and once again, Dawson Knox was out last week. And Dawson Knox, he's kind of their red zone target, the big, beefy tight end. So they've got the pieces. It's not the talent here." Continuing on with the quote, Quote, our job is to go out there and whoever's ready and available for us, that's who we have confidence in. We can coach it better, play it better. It's a team thing. No one wants to go out there and score 6 points. There's a lot of things that contributed to that. And at the end of the day, and this is the nature of this league, you have to be at your best each and every week. You have to coach your best. You have to play your best. All right, anything else here? Does he have any plans? Is this all right? We get one more quote here, so let's see. Hopefully offer some good insight here, information. Here we go. Let's read the lead up to this last quote. Allen has struggled to find consistency, including a season-low 62.7 passer rating on Sunday. The Bills' run game issues were caused by an injured offensive line, but the inability to buffer Allen with any semblance of a rushing attack, particularly outside of quarterback scrambles, has been an issue all season in Buffalo. The Bills running backs are averaging the 6th fewest rushing yards per game, only 74.4 yards a game in the NFL. Allen has led Buffalo in rush yards in each of the last 2 games, 55 yards in week 8, 50 yards last week. Zach Moss's head injury last week won't help the matter. Last quote here by Brian DeBull said, quote, it's an area that we're working hard to improve. Positive plays in that area have been tough to find here as of late, and we need to do a better job, and it starts with me. 2-dimensional, 1-dimensional, there's situations that come into play. Is it first down? Is it second and long? We probably had far too many second and long or third and long situations, whether that be from the run or the pass, and again, I'll take ownership of that. So he's saying it's an area that we're working hard to improve. Utilize Josh Allen a little bit more in the run game, screen passes on the outside, stretch the field horizontally, open up the running attack up the middle a little bit more as well, and then you can always hit him over the top with Josh Allen to Stephon Diggs. I mean, that's always a connection that's going to be there. Emmanuel Sanders as well. Great deep threat option. So they've got all the pieces to really run. If you take every single play that every other team can run based on what their scheme is, the Bills can literally run any play that any other team does because they have all the pieces to run and scheme on every single play, folks. So we'll see what Brian DeBull does out here to kind of fix the struggles here for this Bills offense, and we'll see if they kind of fine-tune their offense to give Josh Allen a little bit more room to run and scheming him out into some running plays. So that's where we're at with the Bills, folks. So alrighty, those are all the stories that we just needed to touch on in the NFL today. So now let's head over and start breaking down the Thursday game from last night where Tua plays absolutely great hero ball and wins the game for the Dolphins. Not single-handedly because the defense absolutely got it done as well. Can we get this screen up? We got to go here. Here we go. There we go. Okay, this screen now because we have to change. For some reason, our NFL.com is not working on our web browser of Google Chrome. So we have to change web browsers to look at anything at NFL.com. I'm still looking for the source of the problem here, the error, but I don't like it because I'm using Microsoft Edge, folks. Never use this web browser, ever. This is trash, but we're going to have to suck it up. So here we go. Let's start talking about the Ravens and Dolphins last night where the Dolphins get that sweet win 22-10. Bingo, bango. They start Jacoby Brissett for some reason, and this is not a great look. It's weird. We're going to read a story of Brian Flores after the game. But it's really seeming like I don't understand why this Dolphins team, I don't understand why everybody, it makes no sense. If you watch Tua, which we all did last night, we were all forced to watch Tua, and I'm so grateful that he was on national television last night for everybody to see. Did you see the man get it done? Did you see how trash the offense was with Brissett in? They couldn't move the ball. Brissett's so uncomfortable. He has got no pocket awareness. It's so frustrating to truly literally watch Jacoby Brissett stand in the pocket. I mean, it's absolutely garbage. They can't move the ball with them. As soon as Tua gets in, the offense is a complete 180 from what it was with Jacoby Brissett. They're able to move the ball. They're able to push the pace. They're able to take the deep shots. They're able to move the ball. And that's what you get with Tua. He's a quarterback that can move the ball. He's accurate as heck. He's got a good arm to push the ball deep. Jacoby Brissett has nothing, folks. I compared him to a brisket. And obviously the name's there, but if you throw a brisket at the quarterback position, you get the same offensive production as Jacoby Brissett, folks. It's literally the same. Give me the brisket. I actually prefer the brisket over Brissett. So, Tua, absolutely fantastic. Showed everybody. We're going to watch some of the plays here of Tua as well. Once again, the accuracy in pushing and standing tall in the pocket, folks. We're just going to watch the highlights, so we'll see what the highlights show, and we'll talk it all through. But Tua standing in the pocket, knowing he's going to get absolutely blasted, and he doesn't care. Broken hip, broken finger, it doesn't matter. He's still standing tall in the pocket, where we get happy feet with Jacoby Brissett. This man is literally dancing in the pocket at the first sign of a sense of pressure coming from the defensive line. The man has no pocket awareness and is never comfortable in the pocket, and because of that, he's not looking down the field. He's more concerned with protecting himself, and that's why they can't push the ball down the field with Jacoby Brissett. And it was so evident last night just watching the game, and once again the national media forced to watch Tua, and once again it's just like, why? I don't understand everybody consensusly shitting on Tua for really no reason. I really think it means that you're not even watching the man play, because we break this guy down. We break him down all the time because the media won't, so we do it. But we see the accuracy by Tua is absolutely fantastic, and we were all able to see it last night. So, but once again, the Dolphins actively trying to hinder Tua's progress. I don't understand that. If Tua was healthy enough to back up the Dolphins here, why not just start him? He looked fine to us. He even hit his hand that had the fractured finger on it. He hit his hand on a defender's hand, shaked it off, and was good to go for the rest of the game as well. So it seems like Brian Flores is trying to hold Tua back, benching him last season. I didn't like it at all. Okay, we'll let him make his own decisions. But then starting Brissett last week against the Texans, I was like, okay, they want to have Tua ready for Thursday, because if Tua plays this game kind of a little banged up, maybe it's a short turnaround of a week, so maybe he can't go Thursday, and Thursday was a game which was a little bit more pressing. Last week was against the Texans. It's not that hard to beat the Texans, and then this week you're facing the Ravens. Jacoby Brissett would not beat this Ravens team. The defense was definitely helping Jacoby Brissett take a 3-point lead before he went out, but it wasn't anything Jacoby Brissett himself was doing. So it's really seeming like this Dolphins team is setting Tua up for failure. If he was healthy enough to back up Brissett, why not just start him in the first place? I just don't understand what this Dolphins team is doing. I like Brian Flores as a defensive coordinator. I do not like him as a head coach at all, and here we are. Alrighty, let's start talking some stats here, and then I just want to watch some highlights here from Tua and show y'all this man's accuracy and just celebrate him, because he comes in, didn't start, little banged up with the finger still. That's what we're assuming. That's why he didn't start, because he's still a little banged up. He looked good. He gripped the ball good. He went deep. He stood in the pocket. It's not like he was kind of favoring his throwing hand, like trying to get rid of the ball quickly so nobody hit his hand or anything. He stood tall in the pocket, and I'm hoping that the highlights reflect that as well. Unfortunately, the All-22 of this game is not up yet, so we can't really kind of select and pick and choose what plays we see. But if NFL.com has any integrity in their highlight process, they should be in here. So we'll watch that in a second. But let's go over the stats. Let's talk about this Ravens offense because they struggled mightily in this game. Now, this Dolphins defense, we have to remind y'all, this Dolphins defense is still the real deal, folks. Going back to last season, it was like a top 5 defense. This season, they didn't really lose any pieces, but the defense has not been clicking as well as they were all year last year. And once again, that doesn't speak any good volumes to Brian Flores being a defensive-minded coach at the head coaching position. The offense was trash, so you can't have a trash offense and a trash defense. That means you're not doing anything coaching-wise. Having a trash offense but a great defense, okay, you're just more favorably of the defense. If you have a great offense but a bad defense, okay, at least you're good on the offense. But Brian Flores was doing nothing good here in Miami. No good offense, no good defense, trash, trash, trash. So defense came to play in Miami like we know they can. Byron Jones, Xavier Howard, the rookie safety. Let me get his name up here. Javon Holland looking real gosh dang good as well. And the linebackers, Van Ginkel holding it down. But the really kind of two corners of Byron Jones and Xavier Howard and Javon Holland, I mean, that was really carrying the game last night for this Dolphins team. All right, so for the Ravens last night, Lamar Jackson goes 26 of 43. Wow, throwing the ball, slinging it around 43 times for Lamar Jackson. So 26 of 43, we get 60% completion percentage, 238 yards, all really dink and dunk. Sammy Watkins really hurting this Ravens team, lackluster. Well, Sammy Watkins had like a good game one and has fallen so gosh dang much for this Ravens team where we really needed Sammy Watkins to truly get it done here and kind of be the A1 tier 1 wide receiver for this Ravens team. Rashad Bateman was a little banged up. Marquis Brown was dropping all the balls, and the drops occurred again this game as well. So the receivers were doing Lamar Jackson no justice. Rashad Bateman, the rookie wide receiver for Baltimore, had a really solid game, 6 catches for 80 yards. But on this first drive here, trying to hit Sammy Watkins, and it was at the back of the end zone, and the ball fell in play, and Sammy Watkins had a step and a half on the defender, and he just kind of loses track of the ball and gives up, and then he's part of the reason, or he fumbled the ball here late in the game as well. Was it this fourth quarter one? Sammy Watkins fumbled the ball. That went fumble 6 for Miami. So Sammy Watkins in the beginning of the game, he catches his touchdown. He makes it 7-0 instead of just 3-0. And who knows, maybe the Dolphins just kind of flounder from that point on because they're down 7-0. They know Jacoby Brissett can't do anything offensively. The game could potentially be over by that first drive, but Sammy Watkins just doesn't go for it. And then he actively hurts the team later in the game in the fourth quarter when the game is still in one possession. The Dolphins are only up 9-3, and then he fumbles the ball and it goes for 7, and now that game really is kind of over at that point, up 2 possessions, and this Dolphins defense was relentless all game. You're not going to be able to score twice on them. You only scored once on them up until that point. So Sammy Watkins, is this going too harsh by saying what a disgrace? What a disgrace Sammy Watkins has been for this Ravens team? What are we doing, Sammy? I mean, you've never been that great in your career. This was your chance to revitalize yourself and kind of, help out this Ravens team win and kind of expand the passing game vertically for the Ravens. And he's absolutely being trash, folks. Sammy Watkins, trash, certified. I think we can officially say that this dude is trash. Super, super disappointing. So dink and dunk offense by Lamar Jackson, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, the fumbles as well, hurting them. Nothing great by Lamar Jackson. The hesitation, getting sacked. I mean, the Dolphins, I think they had like 10 sacks last night. It was crazy. We had Javon Holland with a sack. We had Eldon Roberts with the sack. We had Adam Butler with the sack. We had Van Ginkel with a half and Jalen Phillips with a half. Where was that 9 number? I saw a 9 number. I guess they took the sacks and tackle for losses. I think that combines for 9. So the Dolphins defense getting it done in the backfield and making Lamar Jackson second guess. He was so hesitant to run last night, and that's, nothing great for Lamar Jackson. We know he's got the great speed and acceleration to really beat any defender. So him hesitating just gives the defenders the edge to catch up to Lamar Jackson. So just hesitancy by Lamar Jackson running the ball, and his receivers were not helping him out all game last night. I mean, we saw the Ravens on the first drive. They were getting it good, folks. They were moving the ball so gosh dang good. First drive of the game, 11 plays, 52 yards, 5 minutes off the clock. They were running, they were passing, the read options, all that. It was tricking, fooling the Dolphins defense all drive long, but they could not replicate that for the rest of the game. The Dolphins kind of sniffed it out, figured it out, and Lamar Jackson was hesitant. All right, rushing the ball here for the Ravens. Lamar Jackson, 9 carries for 39 yards. Devontae Freeman, 10 carries for 35 yards. Devin Duvernay, 1 carry for 19 yards. And Le'Veon Bell got the ball 3 times for only 1 yard. And who was Lamar Jackson throwing to? We said Rashad Bateman, leading receiver for the Ravens, 6 catches, 80 yards. Mark Andrews, 6 catches, 63 yards, a touchdown. The tight end being Lamar Jackson's favorite target. That's always reliable. Okay. Marquis Brown, 6 receptions, but 13 targets for only 37 yards. Devin Duvernay, 4 catches, 28 yards. Devontae Freeman, 3 catches, 23 yards. And then Sammy Watkins, 1 catch for 7 yards. So, just unfortunate loss here for this Ravens offense. The Dolphins defense truly locked them up all game, and that's really what we were expecting this Dolphins defense to be right from the get-go this season. And it took them about 8 weeks to figure it all out. They got it done against the Dolphins. They got it done against the Bills for the first half 3 weeks ago. They got it done against the Texans last week. They got it done against the Ravens this week. So, we'll see if this Dolphins defense can continue to get better, and we'll see if this Dolphins team is able to run the table here and the record with 10-7 and potentially get into the playoffs. But they really need to kind of win out here, and it's going to have to be carried by the defense. All right, now let's talk about the offense for the Dolphins. Jacoby Brissett. They both when did Jacoby Brissett officially go down? I think it was late second quarter. Brissett is still in here. Brissett is still in at this point. Did he play into the third quarter? Brissett does play into the third quarter. Tua officially comes in, 11 minutes left in the third quarter. So they both got a half of football. One player put up 6 points in their half. The other put up 16. I mean, folks, if you want to hate Tua, I guess you can. I don't think it makes any sense. But if you were watching just being completely honest with yourselves, folks, I mean, Tua, it was night and day, the offense, night and day. And once again, it's just so frustrating that the media, nobody gives this kid any credit. I've never seen the media jump on a young talent like they do with Tua. Everybody loves to always uplift the rookie. Jordan Love, we saw his first action and everybody wants to, talk him up. And he got his first game and never did anything great. Everybody's talking up Jordan Love. Everybody's talking up Mac Jones. All these other rookies, they can't do no wrong. Or second-year players, second-year quarterbacks can't do no wrong. But Tua, he's trash. He should be thrown out of the league. He should be shot on sight. He should be murdered. He should be put down. That's what the media is telling us on Tua. And we don't see or believe anything that they're saying. It just does not match up with what we are actively seeing on a weekly basis. So, one player put up 6 points, the other put up 16. Who do you go with? You're telling me you're going with Jacoby Brissett? Stop it, folks. No, you're not. Man is trash. Absolute garbage, Jacoby Brissett. Certified garbage. We're certifying everybody garbage this week, folks. Jacoby Brissett, garbage. Sammy Watkins, garbage. Get them out of the league. Get them out the league. Everybody wants to get Tua out the league. Get the actual trash out the league. Jeez. All right, but here we go. Jacoby Brissett goes 11 of 23. Let's start with him. 11 of 23, 47% completion percentage. You want 43% completion percentage on your team? You can have that. We're not taking that over here. 156 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. Did he fumble? He fumbled once. Luckily, didn't lose it. Luckily. So Jacoby Brissett, 46% completion percentage. Tua, 8 of 13, 61% completion percentage. 158 yards, threw more yards than Jacoby Brissett did on 3 less completions and on 10 less attempts, and also not starting the game, and also having to come in only up 3 points, and having to come in mid-game. All of that, totally wasn't playing, but he was ready, and he took advantage. Another green flag for Tua. All right, the rushing attack for the Dolphins still non-existent. Myles Gaskin, 14 carries for 31 yards. Albert Wilson, 2 carries for 19 yards. Can't get anything good going there offensively with the running game still. Who was Tua and Jacoby Brissett trying to get the ball to? We had Albert Wilson, 4 catches for 87 yards. Isaiah Ford, 4 catches for 84 yards. Jalen Waddle, 4 catches, 61 yards. Adam Shaheen, 3 catches, 34 yards. Durham Smythe, 1 catch, 23 yards. Myles Gaskin, 1 catch, 14 yards. Salvin Ahmed, 1 catch, 9 yards. And then Mike Gesicki, no catches on 7 targets. His hands these last couple of weeks, folks, have really not been anything great. Usually he's a reliable kind of 50-50 jump ball option, but I mean, these hands were just dropping every single ball to him all game long. So we'll see if Mike Gesicki could also get a little bit better out here. But the Dolphins win 22-10. Tua gets it done, able to lead the offense, all of that. All right, so let's before we kind of wrap up this game from last night, let's just watch the highlights here. I'm skipping until Tua's in. I don't care what Brisket is doing out there, and I just want to watch Tua and point out how gosh dang good this dude is. So let's go to play where we can get Tua. Just want to watch Tua out here. We'll skip around here. We're only watching Tua. This is the highlights for the entire game. Here we go. The flea flicker that he throws back to Gaskin. Very well done, just to get the ball back to him. It's a setup screen, so all you can look for is accuracy-wise, and he was accurate with the ball. Hit him exactly in stride. He's able to kind of turn around quick, and he's able to pick up 10 yards for the first down. Here we go. Tua again. Gonna pass it here. Here he goes. Plenty of time to throw. And he goes deep. And then look at the accuracy. Boom, boom, boom. 35 yards down the field on 1st and 20, folks. 1st and 20. Gonna throw this one from his own 30-yard line. Get it all the way down to the 25-yard line, folks. So 20 and 25, 45. Is that 45 yards? Am I doing the math right? 30 to the 25? 20, and then another 25. That's 45, 45 yards right there. Deep, accurate, folks. It's 35 yards official pickup of 45 yards through the air, basically, right here. And Tua on the money. Look at this. You know, the throw that we always say all the time, over the corner before the safety, and he puts it right on the money right before the safety was able to come over and make the hit. But the accuracy right there, 1st and 20, jumpstart this offense. Here we go. Just going to hand it off here, sells the fake very well. Albert Wilson had a great game, number 2 for the Dolphins out here, a huge reason why they won. Here we go on the goal line, and the defense kind of slaps this one down. Tua tries to hit a nice little floater in the end zone. This was a good defense by the Ravens. Unfortunately, Tua just didn't get enough. I mean, that's a great play by the defender right there. Holy cow. All right, what else do we get here? More Tua in the red zone. Here we go. Pressure's coming. They set up a screen. Oh, the big man. Yeah. The play that took over the internet last night. Absolutely fantastic. The big man doing anything and everything to get into the end zone. So much respect for him. I mean, he's getting flipped, and he actively, in midair, stretches the ball over the pylon while getting flipped, and he's a lineman. He's got these skills. Man, oh man. Definitely start scheming him into the offense. Use him as a fullback. Use him as a tight end. Look at this dude. Here we go. We get the best look. Actively. He's horizontal now in the air. Ball in one hand. He actively reaches. This is so impressive, folks. Holy cow. To be completely, he's upside down now. He was horizontal. Now he's vertically, 180 vertically. Not the good vertically, standing on your legs. He's vertical in the air, and he still has the sense to stretch the ball, the sense and direction. You're horizontal, you're vertical, 180. You don't know what is up is down, and down is up, and left is right, and right is left, and your whole geometry is messed up, folks. But he still said, no, I got to go this way. Stretches the ball over the pylon. Unfortunately, it does not count because he should not be catching this ball because he is not eligible to catch this ball. This man said, this man saw the ball in the air and said, I'm going for it. You can't catch the ball like that, dude. Come on. But overall, what a great play. So impressive. Holy cow. Wow, so impressive. Everybody's smiling. Everyone's laughing. Good time. Unfortunate little error. All right, let's go back to Tua here. Here we go. Or no, this is the fumble 6 here by the Dolphins defense. Xavier Howard always around the ball, always fantastic. That's why you got to pay him all this money. And now he's going to be wanting more money now. He's going to be pointing to this play, be like, I beat the Ravens single-handedly. He kind of did. He's going to be, I beat the Ravens single-handedly. Give me my money. Run me my coin. So Brian Flores, be prepared at the negotiation table this offseason because we know it's coming. All right, here we go. Tua again. Boom. Smart play right there. Dump off. Boom. And it goes big. Smart decisions. Able to move the offense. Jacoby Brissett doesn't do that, folks. All right, here we go. Let's get back to Tua right here. Probably his last best throw right here. Wide open. Puts it on the money in stride. Here we go. The Ravens defense over pursues. And look at that. One step. Standing tall. There is somebody barreling down on Tua right here off the left side. Here we go. Boom. Right there. And he stands tall to deliver the wide open pass. Right on the money. In stride. Keeps him going. And he's able to take another 20. 30, 35, 40 yards because Tua puts it on the money, folks. Absolutely fantastic. And then we're going to get Tua being the gamer that he is. Little banged up with the finger. Got to, kind of not started this game. And he QB sneaks it in. The heart, the grit, the gamer. Tua, folks. How can you actively shit on this dude? I don't get it. Are y'all watching him? Or are y'all just wanting to be trendy and agree with the talking heads that is the national sports media? Because if you watch him, the man is a gamer, he's a leader, he's a great starting QB1 in this league, and he gets it done, folks. Look at his win-loss record, folks. I will take that. Give me somebody who wins. I want a winner, and Tua is a winner, folks. Tua's a winner. I don't want to hear any more slander on Tua, folks, for the rest of eternity. You understand me? Sheesh. All right, so that was the Thursday night game from last night. Alrighty, let's now finally go to our long-awaited film study that we've been trying to get to for the last couple of days. Technical difficulties, time restraints, all of that, but we finally have the technology working. We finally have the time to break down Matthew Stafford's decision-making last week against the Titans. Now, why are we doing this? The Rams they're obviously, the bright spot in the national media, which, we still agree with. This is still a great offensively, defensively team right here. Absolutely. Matthew Stafford's great for the most part, but we get these glimpses here and there that leads to them struggle, that leads to the game being close, of him not making the right read that's wide open. We've seen him miss it. We've seen him not be 100% accurate to wide open receivers, and we can't be having that. Matthew Stafford must be great every game and every play. He's not used to that. He's from Detroit. They weren't going to win any games consistently over there throughout his entire tenure over there. They weren't going to make it deep in the playoffs, as we saw. So he didn't have to be 100% buttoned up every game. But now you are Super Bowl contenders. He's never had this label on him. And in some instances, he flounders, folks. So we have to watch the all 20 all-22 right here? Was this the Titans defense just being so gosh dang good? Or was it Matthew Stafford not seeing the field open, not seeing the open receivers, holding on to the ball too long, making the wrong decisions? So we've got some plays queued up here that we want to just take a quick look at. We're going to use the all-22 here, the sideline footage where we see everybody. So we can see, is there anything open? Should he have thrown the ball? He took a lot of sacks here, put him in, long situations that you can't be doing. So let's see if we have concerns for Matthew Stafford. And this is going to tie into a bonus pick. We're going to make our picks, official picks for the week after this segment. But we are going to, we kept this game, Rams, Monday Night Football, Rams at, one second here, folks. Rams at 49ers. We're going to use the footage that we're going to see right now, and this will be a bonus pick. Do we get confidence in betting Matthew Stafford this week? If we do, we'll take the -3.5. If not, we will take the +3.5. This will be a bonus pick. We do not have this in our official locks or 99% guarantees. We're going to see use the footage to help us with this pick. So here we go. Let's start watching some plays on Matthew Stafford's decision making. Here we go. First drive of the game. They have to punt the ball. Why? Because he takes back-to-back sacks here. 1st and 10 from the Titans' 45-yard line, takes a sack. Next play, 2nd and 19, takes a 7-yard sack, sets up a 4th and 26 back in their field, back at their own 39-yard line. So was Matthew Stafford, should he have taken this sack? Let's quickly see. Oh, don't tell me this is about to crash. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. It's going to do it to us here now on the new browser. I think we're blackballed from NFL.com, folks. I think us using Game Pass, they're trying to shut us down and silence us. I can't believe this is doing it now. What is wrong? Oh, my God. It was good to go. What the heck is wrong with NFL.com's website with Game Pass? I can't even bring up the scores now. And this is the same problem that we were having in our Google Chrome browser. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe they're doing that to us right now. This is the most frustrating thing I've ever experienced in my life, folks. I just want to watch Matthew Stafford on the all-22. How gosh dang difficult is that? I paid $100 for this service. Oh my gosh. They're lucky this is a Monday night game, so I guess we have a little bit more time to investigate this, but I just want to investigate this. We've been trying since Wednesday. We were supposed to watch it. This is absolutely unacceptable. First of all, it's just unacceptable. It's unacceptable from a consumer standpoint that I cannot access my $100 item when I want to because that's what I paid for. Ooh. I'm about to explode on the NFL, folks. I'm about to write the biggest letter threatening the NFL website. Jeez. We are just trying to produce a great show for our great listeners, our great audience, our great, fantastic supporters. And NFL.com is holding us back from doing that. Unacceptable. Do I have to boycott the NFL? Do I have to go on strike? Does Takes My Fans have to go on strike to kind of finally get this figured out and solved? What other browsers? I don't think I have another browser installed on our computer here that we can go and hopefully last. I mean, folks, what the hell is this? Nothing pops up. Oh my goodness, folks. I don't understand what it is. I think they are hitting our IP address. I think they are targeting us because we are showing all 22. Showing Game Pass. Wow. I'm at a loss, folks. I'm at an absolute loss right now. I am so angry. Oh, we're back. Okay. See, it just took a couple refreshes, and we experienced this on Wednesday as well. We just had to refresh the page like 100 times and threaten the website. See what happens when you threaten the website. We're back. We're back now for some reason. All right. Well, let's knock on wood and cross our fingers that it holds up. We've got no more time. We can't waste no more time, so we just got to get right back into it. Here we go. Back at it. All righty. Here we go. Back at the film. Got it up. Here we go. 9-yard sack, 7-yard sack. Here we go. Let's watch him. Here we go. Did he spend too much time? Was this his fault taking the sack? Should he have thrown the ball? Did he have time to throw the ball? Let's see. He's out 5 wide right here, folks. 5 wide. Here we go. Drops back to pass. Decent time to throw. Pump fake. Hesitates, and then gets taken down. Let's take this back. Let's see if there was anything open here. Was there anything open on this play? Because he had a solid 3 seconds to kind of go here, folks. And what the hell? Oh my goodness. I'm trying to rewind here. Here we go. All right, here we go. Anything open? You got the comeback route here on the right side. That's decent. Yeah, that's open. You got to hit him right here. Matthew Stafford's looking back inside. Nothing's completely 100% open, and then he gets taken down. So I'm not going to put a lot on Matthew Stafford. Let's get a counter here. Matthew Stafford's fault and not Matthew Stafford's fault. So we have a nice total on the record going here. Stafford's fault, not Stafford's fault. And I'm going to put this one on not Stafford's fault. I mean, there was something open. He wasn't really looking in that direction. But overall, nothing was completely open. So that is one for not Matthew Stafford's fault. We will not count that against him. Now let's go to the very next play where he also takes a sack. Was this his fault? Here we go. Once again, empty backfield here. Trips to the right. Dropping back to pass. Decent time to throw the ball here. Moving around, but nothing to go. So let's see. Was there anything open? You've got this dude wide open in the middle of the field right here. Yeah, you're only going to pick up 10 yards, but he's able to kind of get you probably another 5 back in to Titans range, and it's only 2nd and 19. So they're trying to pick up this entire thing right here. I think, yeah, there's not anything open deep down the field, but there's a check down that you could definitely go and pick up a nice chunkage of yards. Pressure gets there. Nothing open deep. We got this dude down at the bottom of the screen. Let's watch his route one more time. He was decently open. When does he get open? Right here? Going in the middle of the field? Yeah, you got to kind of throw the ball right now. Matthew Stafford stepping up at this point into another defender. Alrighty. I'm going to put this one. I'm going to give it a half. I'm going to do a half for each. There was things open. Should have got rid of the ball. Unfortunately, takes a sack, and then they have to punt. So we got one officially his fault and a half his fault, not his fault. All right, now let's go to the next one. Here we go. Second drive. It settles for a field goal. Why? Why does it settle for a field goal here? We get 3rd and 6. He scrambles for a run. Was this the right decision? Was there anything open? He picks up the first down, which is good. You've got this wide receiver breaking in the end zone, folks. He's got a half a step. The safety is still playing in the middle. Matthew Stafford, you aired this one out back of the end zone. I think you can get it there. I think, once again, trust your receivers. And, with OBJ now, throw them the ball. You get trips to the left. You've got 5 wide again right here. And here it is, just right off the rip. He's got it. Safety is kind of flat-footed in the middle of the field. He decides to run with it. Got the first down. Alrighty. I think he kind of missed somebody right there a little bit. Alrighty, and then we get this play on the second drive as well. We get 3rd and 4, pass incomplete. 3rd and 4, pass incomplete in the red zone. Oh my God, this website, man, this is absolutely trash. This is trash. Game Pass is absolutely trash. The times are skipping and stuff. All right, but here we go. 3rd and 6 at the Tennessee Titans 16-yard line, folks. Here we go. 5 wide again, empty backfield. Incomplete. They have to settle for a field goal. Here we go. And he just gets batted at the line of scrimmage. Was this the right read? Yeah, that was the right read. Just gets batted at the line of scrimmage. We are going to count that as not Matthew Stafford's fault. And then we're going to give him another kind of half a point for the previous one that we saw. All right, so they have to settle for a field goal. Now let's go to their third drive. Once again, what happened here? We get pass for no gain, pass incomplete. So Matthew Stafford not able to get it done here. His fault, not his fault. Let's see. Here we go. 1st and 15. Dumps it down. Set up kind of a screen pass. And that goes for nothing. So that is not his fault. That is set up screen. All right. Then we get the next two passes are incompletions. 2nd and 15, incomplete. 3rd and 15, incomplete. Here we go. Matthew Stafford under center, motion in the backfield, play action, and the pressure got there. And they were trying to set up another screen on the left side, but not really his fault. Pressure was there. Alrighty, then we get 3rd and 15 here. Here we go. Matthew Stafford, 5 wide, empty backfield, 3rd and 15, plenty of time to throw, and he's inaccurate right here. Players open, and he throws it right between two open players. You throw it right here. I think this is who he was trying to hit. Maybe he was expecting to keep going his route, but either way, that is on Matthew Stafford. That was open, and it was incomplete. You've got to throw it to the receiver right here. I think he expected him to kind of continue his route, but overall, he's wide open right here, so he decides to kind of sit down. I'm going to put that on Matthew Stafford. I'm going to put that one on Matthew Stafford. Alrighty, here we go. Next drives that we have to take a look at here. Second quarter, we get the interception. Was the interception his fault? Probably. Here we go. Back-to-back interceptions, this time from his own 10-yard line, dropping back to pass. And and they showed this one, if you were watching the game last night, that he would have been, this is where he was potentially going to get brought down for a safety, but if he just got taken down, his forward progress would have been stopped outside of the end zone, but he tries to do too much, throws it up, so he doesn't take a safety that he thought was going to occur, and he throws a pick. So that is definitely Matthew Stafford's fault right there. All right, and then he throws another interception on the following drive, folks. Back-to-back interceptions, and this one goes pick 6. Yikes. A huge reason why they lost this game right here. Here we go, and this is a real bad read. Throws it late, throws it bad. Let's see, was there anything else open he should have went to? He immediately looks to this right side as well. And that is just not a good throw to make. You can't make that throw right there. Absolutely his fault. All right, so the back-to-back interceptions, both his fault right there. Absolutely, you cannot do that. No way you can do that. All right, you hurt your team. We see it. All right, here we go. Next drive. What do we got? Up here? We get a 2nd and 6, 1-yard pass, and then another 3rd and 5 sack that forces them to punt the ball. Was he making the right decisions? Here we go. The 2nd and 6, dropping back to pass. Plenty of time to throw. He decides to check it down. That's fine. There's really nothing open. I'm not going to put that one on Matthew Stafford for the check down. That's fine. It only goes for 1 yard, unfortunately. Now, the very next play, he's going to take a sack here. His fault, not his fault. 5 wide again right here. Here we go. Matthew Stafford dropping back to pass. Decent time to throw the ball. An offensive lineman gets absolutely bull rush right into Matthew Stafford. Not a lot of time to throw this ball. And there was something developing open here on the left sideline right here that I'm sure Matthew Stafford was trying to go to. He was looking to that side of the field, so I will put that one not on Matthew Stafford as well. Offensive line got to hold up a lot better than what it did on that play right there. Absolutely just kind of bull rushed right into Matthew Stafford. He couldn't step up, anything like that. Not on Matthew Stafford. Alrighty, then the next drive the last drive here in the first half. What do we get here? We get a sack, and then a 2nd and 19, and then a 3rd and 13, incomplete. So let's watch these 3 sequence of plays, trying to do something right before halftime. Did he have the opportunity? Let's see. Here we go. 1st and 10, dropping back to pass, and the pressure gets there immediately. Can't do anything there. That is not on Matthew Stafford. All righty. All right, the next play. Just took a sack there. We get 2nd and 19. Here we go. And just a setup screen, so nothing there for Matthew Stafford. It was accurate. It got a couple of yards. That was good. And then here we go. This next play. 3rd and 13. Trying to do something, get some points before halftime. Here we go. Empty backfield again. Dropping back to pass. He's going to go deep, and this is inaccurate. This one gets batted at the line of scrimmage again. A second pass that does get batted at the line of scrimmage. Let's see, was there anything really open here? He was going to try and hit this receiver, and that would have been real close to a first down. That probably picks it up or a yard short, so that is not on Matthew Stafford, just unfortunately batted down at the line of scrimmage. All right, this is good. This is not all on Matthew Stafford. This is good now. We can start buying Matthew Stafford a little bit more. He still made some mistakes, but overall, this is not 100% on Stafford. All right, there's 5 more plays we got to quickly watch here, so let's take it to the third quarter. First drive, it stalls and it results into a field goal. Pass incomplete, all from the 4-yard line. So were these on Matthew Stafford in the red zone? And we know this is a part where they struggle in the field. The Bills, the Rams, they struggle in the red zone. Overall, their teams are great. Offensively, defensively, coaching-wise, quarterback, all of that. But these teams struggle in the red zone, and that is especially where you can't be struggling in the NFL. So here we go. 1st and goal from the 4-yard line. We're going to get an incomplete pass here. Matthew Stafford under center, trips to the right, and it's just a 50-50 ball here. And this is a good read. It's a good decision. This is what I love to see in the end zone. I would only throw back shoulder fades, one-on-one matchups from the 5-yard line. I would throw this ball 4 straight times and live with the result. Unfortunate that this one was a little bit too high here for the receiver. I think that's Robert Woods, but overall it's a good decision. I'm not going to put that one on Matthew Stafford. Alrighty, here we go. 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line. In the shotgun this time. Everything's rolling out to the right here. Nothing open. Tries to go back to the left and gave a receiver a real good opportunity to catch his ball. Let's take this one in the broadcast footage to get a nice ground level look at this play, because this was a real good kind of buy here. Matthew Stafford bought time. There was nothing open immediately. Tries to come over the middle of the field again, and I think this one was really kind of on the money. A tad too high, but overall a good decision. A 50-50 ball to Robert Woods and Matthew Stafford. I'm not going to put that one on him. That was a good kind of chance to give your receiver an opportunity without giving the defenders a chance to pick off the ball. So Titans defense just kind of clamping up a little bit here in the red zone. Here we go. 3rd and goal from the 4-yard line. Again in the shotgun here. Drops back to pass, plenty of time to throw, steps up in the pocket, just nothing open, and then slings it there, and then they count him. They count touchdown on the field, but then they review it out of bounds. Unfortunate. So once again, not on Matthew Stafford right there in the red zone. All right, last 2 plays right here. The watch. Here we go. 3rd quarter, 2nd drive. Once again, field goal. They have to take a field goal. 3rd and 6 from the 30-yard line. And he gets brought down for a sack. His fault, not his fault. Should have done something different. Let's see. Here we go. Dropping back to pass. Pump fakes. And then gets taken down for a sack. Let's see. Was there anything open by the time? Yeah, he's looking in the middle of the field, right side of the field. Nothing is open, and then he goes down for the sack. You got this guy, the safety route, the dump down on the left sideline, but he wasn't even looking there, and he gets brought down before that. So that is not on Matthew Stafford. This is good, folks. This is real promising that we don't have to sell Matthew Stafford. Let's get the last play up here, and then we will calculate the results here. All right, here we go. Turnover on downs here. Here we go, 4th and 1 from the Tennessee Titans 40-yard line, just trying to stay in this game here. Let's see what he does on this 4th and 1. Here we go. Under center, play action, rolling out to the left. The defense plays it absolutely great. They don't get fooled by it. The edge rusher contains Matthew Stafford. Tries to throw it, and it goes, unfortunately, a little incomplete, but I'm still not going to put this one on Matthew Stafford. This was great defense by the Titans, and he threw it up. He knew if he took a sack, it was 4th down, so throw a sack, throw an incompletion, it's the same thing. So Overall, this is great. This was not on Matthew Stafford having one of those games, so that's great. We've only really seen it kind of a time and a half, and that's really great. We're not seeing this every week, every other week, every play, anything like that. So we still can buy Matthew Stafford. Our overall tallies on the plays that we watched, Matthew Stafford's fault, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not Matthew Stafford's fault. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So this is not on Matthew Stafford. Yes, he didn't play 100% perfect in this game, but overall, this Titans defense was clamping up, and just unfortunate, some incompletions. The defense really kind of putting the pressure on him, and the receivers not getting open. So now we can go back to our bonus pick for today before we get into our official picks. I got to switch over the screen here to this one. And here we go. Alrighty. So now we are officially taking Rams minus 3.5 points. We have buyability in Matthew Stafford, and this is our bonus pick here. So we will take, let me get it here. I got to go to my new page here. Here we go. All right, we are going to put it down on the record. Our bonus pick, watching Matthew Stafford, having believability, Rams minus 3.5, folks. Fantastic. Alrighty, now let's give you our official picks for this week, folks. We are going to do power rankings for the NBA and NFL tomorrow. I know we couldn't get to that during this week, and we have to do it before Sunday's action. It already is a little unfortunate that we couldn't do it before Thursday night's game, but we will have that tomorrow. No time in the show today. But here we go, our official Week 10 picks here. Last week, we had a little bit of a betting extravaganza, so let's tell you what we did last week. We went 4-6 officially. We had, once again, like we said, a betting extravaganza. We were loving all the value that we thought we were getting, good spreads, good lines, all of that, and unfortunately, it did not pan out as good as we thought. So our 10 picks, we had Cowboys minus 10. They lose by 14. Definitely wrong on that one. Ravens minus 6. They lose by only 3 in overtime. Yeah, maybe we can make a little bit of a stretch. That our thinking was right there a little bit. We had Packers plus 7.5. They lose by 6. Bingo, bango. That's a point right there. Raiders minus 3. They lose by 7. Unfortunate. A lot of turnovers in the second half, and overall, the Raiders were better than the Giants. They just turned the ball over. So Raiders minus 3 was still, I think, the right play overall. Patriots minus 3.5, they win by 18. Bingo, bango, that was easy. Saints minus 6, they lose by 2. Unfortunately, Matthew Stafford or Matt Ryan got it done. Definitely wrong about that one. Browns plus 2.5, they win by 25. That was easy. Eagles plus 2, they lose by 3. So once again, our thinking was right on par. We knew that was a potential of them losing by 3. But overall, our thinking of Eagles being good and being competitive, fantastic. We had Titans plus 7. They win by 12. Bingo, bango. Don't disrespect the Titans. And then we had the Texans plus 5.5. They lose by 8. The Dolphins only put up 17 points. Overall, Tyrod Taylor throws 3 interceptions. That should have covered. So officially, we went 4-6 in those 10. Unofficially, I'm kind of saying we went 6-4 unofficially. But we're back to our normal 6 picks here. No more betting extravaganzas. Maybe later in the season, but not with these values. No, thank you. So here we go. We do 6 picks every single week. We do 3 locks. You can bet whatever you want. These are locks. Did you not just hear what we did last week, folks? In those 10 picks. Fantastic. And then 99% guarantees. We were feeling very good about these picks, but there is one thing that maybe potentially possibly hinders the bet for some reason. So here we go. Let's start with our locks. Our first pick in our lock section. Well, you already know. Y'all already should know. Titans minus 2.5. And once again, it's just absolutely utter unnecessary, unwarranted disrespect for the Titans of only being minus 2.5. Home team gets minus 3. So Vegas is saying that the Saints on a neutral field are a half a point better than the Titans. Okay, whatever Vegas says, whatever you want to say, Vegas, it's 100% wrong. The national overall media is wrong on the Titans and they're wrong on Tua. It's like y'all are just absolutely wrong and you're doubling down and tripling down. Vegas is quadrupling, quintupling, sextupling down on the disrespect of the Titans. And once again, we'll make them pay. I've got no problem cashing out on Vegas's disrespect. We do it all the time here. And we're absolutely going to do it here. Titans minus 2.5. Titans at home, Julio Jones, A.J. Brown, Ryan Tannehill, fantastic. He gets it done. Game manager. The defense bends but doesn't break. This Saints team, they don't stretch the field vertically. I liked what I saw from Trevor Siemian last week, but overall the offense is not aggressive, so I don't have to worry about the over-the-top here. And the Titans is bend but don't break. They just, wrapped up the Rams star-studded offense, and now they're back at home here against a non-star-studded Saints offense. So give me the Titans minus 2.5. Bet it all the way up to Titans minus 6.5. Get that great value. It really should be Titans minus 20, the spread, but what are you going to do? Vegas, they're quintupling down on the disrespect. We've done it for 4 straight weeks, folks. Titans with points against the Bills, Titans with points against the Chiefs, Titans with points against the Colts, Titans with points against the Rams. How many more times? If they got points here, I would have went down to Vegas and gave them a piece of my mind, but they still Titans minus 2.5 here. So it's not 100% disrespect, but it's 99% disrespect here. Titans minus 2, folks. Just take your house and bet it, please. Take your house and bet Titans minus 2. All right, next pick in our lock section. We're going Chargers minus 3. This Vikings team is nothing good. They're not special. They lose the close games, all of that. This Chargers team, they're very, very good. They got back on track last week. And yeah, they only won by 3, but the Eagles defense is solid, folks. That's a real defense. And I don't think this Vikings defense is even as good or as close to as good as the Eagles are. This Chargers team at home is always good. Vikings always traveling. Never anything to really kind of bet on. This Chargers, they're very aggressive. They'll go for it on 4th down, and if they get those 4th downs, that's absolutely demoralizing to the opponent. And this Vikings team, with all the turnovers that they usually have in the worst case scenarios, not getting it done in the clutch. If they start giving up 4th downs, the defense still on the field, the offense lackluster because the defense is lackluster. They go hand in hand, folks, yin and yang. If one side is struggling, the other one is probably struggling as well. So Chargers minus 3 here, loving the value. Chargers at home. They've had a couple of close games these last couple of weeks, but this is the time to really go out above and beyond offensively, assert your dominance, and kind of tell the league, hey, we're back a little bit, because the national media, I think, is a little bit tailing, kind of falling off of the Chargers. Not 100%, but a lot more than what they've been, because they've been talking up this Chargers team the first 6 weeks. They've been toning it down a little bit. They get back to talking up this Chargers team. I'll swallow the 3 here over the Vikings, no problem. All right, and then our third pick in our lock section, we're going to go Colts minus 10. The Colts are not a great team, but they do beat the bad teams. And this Jaguars team is not a good team, folks. They can't string anything together. Coming off of the bye, they were trash. They went to London, got the win, going into the bye on a win, and then flounder coming off of the bye. They had a good game last week. I doubt they string 2, and they didn't even have a good game. It was just the Bills' offense couldn't do anything. The Jaguars' offense was still absolutely atrocious, only putting up 9 points, and 3 of those points came off of great field position, off of a Josh Allen turnover. So the Colts are going to have no problem here taking care of the Jaguars. The Jaguars are not good. Their offense was still struggling. This Colts team is not good against the great teams, but they're good against the bad teams. They'll get it done. They'll have everybody saying the Colts are the real deal. The Colts are back, all that. Don't buy into that. They beat the Jaguars. We don't care. We'll swallow the 10. They win big. Colts at home, all of that good stuff. No problem here for the Colts. So our 3 locks this week are Titans minus 2.5, Chargers minus 3, and Colts minus 10, swallowing points this week in our locks. All right, then our 99% guarantees. Feeling very, very good, but there is one thing that we could potentially see maybe possibly happening that unfortunately doesn't hit the bet. So our first pick in our 99% guarantees, we're going to go Eagles plus 2.5. And why is it in our 99% guarantees? It's because, exactly like last week, we had them plus 2, they lose by 3. Scoring in the NFL, 3-7. Kind of, that's how games usually, for the most part, end. Increments of 3 and 7. So, the Eagles here only getting 2.5. I like the Eagles defense. I think they lock up the Broncos offense. I'm not ready to buy this Broncos offense. Yes, they had a good showing last week. I don't know if they can keep it up. I would love if they kept it up. I would love if Teddy Bridgewater played at that high level that he played last week. I just don't think they will. With this Eagles defense, this is a real good Eagles defense, and they did it against the Cowboys defense last week. That was great. I don't know if they are going to be consistent with it. They have not shown any consistency here. Teddy Bridgewater over the last kind of 2 years hasn't really shown any consistency as well. So this Eagles offense, it's very run heavy. They don't let Jalen Hurts kind of throw the ball 40 times a game. It's a healthy mix running and passing here. And this Eagles defense, I believe, can kind of wrap up the Broncos, and the offense has been keeping games close really this entire year. So I get 2.5 points here with the Eagles. I'm going to take that. Vegas says the Eagles are a half a point better on neutral field. I definitely agree, and we're going to take the Eagles plus 2.5 here. All right, then our next pick in our 99% guarantees, we're going to go Raiders plus 2.5. All righty, last week, they should have beat the Giants. It was just a lot of turnovers in the second half, which is a little uncharacteristic of Derek Carr. So we can just kind of write it off as like a one-and-done performance. It's not something that we see occurring and recurring every single week or every other week, or, something that's going to show up on a more consistent basis than not. So we still believe in this Raiders offense. Rich Bisaccia, fantastic, keeping this team together with all the outside noise. Deshaun Jackson should be good to go for this game, so another offensive threat. Now, the Chiefs, they just had no turnovers last week. Bingo, bango. That's exactly what we needed to see from them. But I really want to see is that, because for, the difference between the turnovers with the Raiders and Derek Carr, we don't see that often. Yeah, we didn't get any turnovers for the Chiefs last week, but we've seen it so much this season that it's still a little bit of a problem. So a one and done, we really want to see you string two together. So yes, there is still a little bit of viability this week in the Chiefs, but overall, I really need to see them go 2 straight games without having a turnover. Where the Raiders, we don't have to see Derek Carr go back-to-back games with no turnovers because we don't really see it. It's not optically where we see it a concern every single week. So I'm loving the Raiders here. They're at home, primetime game, ready to kind of put the entire last month to bed over here, and they can do that in front of their home stadium on primetime TV against a real good Chiefs team. So give me the Raiders plus 2.5. All right, and then our last pick in our 99% category for the week, we're going to go Steelers -8. And I think this is the first time we've bet the Steelers all season long. But Steelers here at home, this Lions team, they do nothing offensively, folks. Look at these point totals. They put up 33 points week 1, but that was week 1. I mean, every team is fresh. Every team, you don't know what you're getting, all of that. And they put up 33 points. That was great, but they still lost. Truly unfortunate. And then we get 17, 14, 17, 11, 19, 6. I mean, you're not going to win a game. Don't expect to win a game if you're not putting up 20 points in that game, and the Lions have not put up 20 points in any game besides week 1. That's not that impressive to me. Now, the Steelers, they don't put up the most points either, but I believe this defense can really kind of shut out the Lions or hold them to maybe like 10 or less points. Now, the Steelers, they don't score that much either. They do put up around 20, though. We get 23, 17, 10, 17, 27, 23, 15, 29. So this is why it's in our 99% guarantees. If the Lions score maybe 14 points, the Steelers could still struggle to cover at that point. If the Lions put up 20 points, I don't think the Steelers can cover anyway. Maybe if their defense kind of steps it up big time. But overall, we still have a lot of confidence in the Steelers defense just shutting down the Lions. Lions not doing anything good. Jared Goff can't get it done. The offense can't move. They lose the games. They're usually competitive in some instances, but always come up small in the end and lose and all of that. So we're going to take the Steelers -8 here. The Steelers offense will be serviceable. The Steelers defense carries them like they have all season long, and we'll swallow the 8. So our 3 99% guarantees are Eagles plus 2.5, Raiders plus 2.5, and Steelers -8. So all of our 6 picks this week: Titans -2.5, Chargers -3, Colts -10, Eagles plus 2.5, Raiders plus 2.5, and Steelers -8. And then our bonus pick of watching Matthew Stafford, we are confident in taking Rams -3.5. Alrighty, folks, that is going to do it for us today. We are back live tomorrow, noon Eastern, where we will do, did I have the wrong tab open that entire time? I think I had the wrong tab open that entire time. Alright, so that's great. Alright, yeah, we got to get out of here. Well, that's unfortunate. I opened the wrong tab on the screen. Either way, folks, we are back live tomorrow, noon Eastern, doing it all over again. I can't believe I had the wrong screen up the entire time. Tomorrow, basketball power rankings, NBA power rankings, and watching the Machines video most likely to get their opinion and their take. And breaking down the NBA from last night. Alrighty, folks, that's going to do it for us. We got to get out of the way here. See what NFL Game Pass makes us do. We have to open up different browsers and different screens and all that, and then they ruin the show. So, NFL.com, I still cursed and I still want my $100 back, and I still want the service for free. You'll be hearing